I don't have my eyes. Hey y'all, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and it is our favorite day here at the Connected Corner. I don't have my eyes on nothing but you all, okay? On the show, on this amazing season that we've had, that we have been talking about self-care. I'm your girl, Tori Rose, the Connected, and I have the awesome honor of being here with my favorite cousin, and favorite guest, and favorite host. She's not my favorite cousin to all my other cousins that are listening. The amazing Kiana B. How you be, girl?
Hey, I'll be good if I could just stop dropping my phone.
It's funny because they know what I mean when I say favorite cousin. She's saying it for the show, right? Y'all know I'm saying it for the show. I love all of you all equitably. So, guys, listen, thank you for being with us on this amazing season. It has been so growy. Is that a real word? It's been
Growing.
so growy. We have grown, we have learned, we've been challenged. We've had some things that have happened that made us look inward at ourselves. If you guys are tuning in and you missed the whole season of self-care, you got some things in store for you. Go over to YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, The Connected Corner. We do come on Tuesdays at 8 p.m., but you can catch any of our shows over on YouTube or on Facebook. Catch the recap. Let us know, like, did you learn something? Did it make you think about some things? I mean, God, it's been an amazing season. Key, how do you feel? Did you learn some things about yourself?
Oh my goodness, I learned a lot. I mean, this season on self-care, like it inspired me to do some things that I have never done before. We've had everyone on here. We've had, spiritual advisors, we've had healing counselors. I mean, just everything from the outside to the inside. So when you talk about self-care, it looks different for everybody, if y'all didn't learn that, right? And so we've had people to talk about taking care of your inside, taking care of your outside, your body, your mind, your finances, everything. And so, it all was helpful to me. I think really just making it more important, like really understanding how important it is, especially when we had Dr. Henderson, talking about the healing. And, people think they're healed. And, I think everybody, I mean, that show resonated with just hundreds of people and guests who are still talking about it. Even one of our other guests that came on was touched by that show, right? Yes. So, and was inspired to reach out to be on as well. So it's been an awesome season. I mean, they just get better and better every season.
It does. It was so good with Dr. Henderson that someone saw the show and said, hey, will he come out to the resource event on July 2nd with you guys? So Dr. Henderson is actually confirmed to come out with us this Saturday and be a part of our Safe Summer Saturdays with Safe Streets and Living Classroom and Theo LLC. And you'll be there and I'll be there and God will be there and it'll be amazing. And so guys, that's what the connecting is about. And the Connected Corner, this is really where you get news and resources you
can actually use.
And guess what? You got to use them. So that means that if they're not working for you, you got to say to yourself, am I using these resources? I tune in, I watch, but am I really getting connected to these people afterwards? So guys, we are wrapping up the season. We do want to hear from you. Drop your comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you've been with us the entire, what has it been? Like 8 weeks, 10 weeks?
It's been since
May, since the second week of May.
Yeah, something like that. End of April, one of them. I don't know, y'all. It's been a long time. No.
Time flies though when you're having
it does.
I went from wearing sweaters to now I got my shoulders out. So time definitely flies. So, and it's funny because I just told my mom I'm having back pain out the blue. I feel like I'm not all the way in alignment. So then tonight's guest is so perfectly timed. Guys, if you have any kind of back pain, back trauma, let us know. Like just say, yeah, me. Or how about type in the comments way back. That's way back.
Way back.
Way back. because today we're going to talk to this amazing guest. She's going to help us understand about how we move. I like the way you move. Dun, dun, dun. I like the way you move. Dun, dun, dun. So she's going to talk about the way we move. Is there alignment in your self-care? And if there isn't, she's going to help us figure out how to get to that place of alignment. I don't care what anybody say. I can deal with a headache. I can deal with a lot of aches, hips, feet.
Girl.
I can't deal with a toothache and I can't deal with a backache. I can even deal with a stomach ache. Baby, let my back hurt. I'm like, whoo, child.
The
And so,
back hurt, you're done. It affects so much. Like you can't think. You can't do anything. It's like for me, it's like the center of how you move. Like we said, I like the way you move. You can't move if your back messed up. Like you can't do nothing.
not at
Don't be trying
all.
to pick the baby up. Don't be trying to play with the big baby, and you can't do none of that. It's your back.
You can't handle boo or baby and your back is hurting. And you know
Boo
what's so
or baby if the back messed up.
not at all. And it's interesting because, you and I both have lost weight. We've gone through our weight loss journeys and things like that. And we will share some things with that. But if anybody knew me between 2014, 2016, I was significantly heavier, like 70 pounds heavier. And when I tell people how much I actually weighed, they're like, yo, it's no way. No, I really was. So
Yeah,
I was
way back. It's like, no,
way back. And my back was like, ow, ow.
right.
And so,
I didn't recognize her one holiday. No, it was like, who
between
was that?
my,
They
my,
was like,
my,
Tori.
my
I
face
said,
down,
who, Tori, who? That's her.
between me stuffing all the bread in my cheeks and just having all these extra dumps like a truck. And so in 2015, guys, I was 225 pounds. So I'll just put it in perspective for you. I was 225 pounds. And today I'm 159 pounds. And so that makes a world of a difference. Like I lost a whole toddler or something, and or a 10-year-old. And so I know that a part of me wanting to lose that weight was how my back felt. And then flash forward 2017, 2018, my son and I are hit by a drunk driver who's also on methamphetamines. She's out of her mind delusional. She hits us so hard that it wraps the car, literally my car shifts, and it imprints her tag number in the back of the car that I was driving. That's how hard she hit my child and I. And then, but the blessing was I got to meet tonight's guest. And so through that experience, I got hooked up, I got connected, and I got aligned. And so before I do our introductions, can you give a shout out to our media partners and say thank you? Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, I will give a shout out to our media partners. We have Radio on Fire TV, Diamond K. So make sure you head over to Radio on Fire TV on social media platforms, on YouTube, and you can find the Connected Corner on the Radio on Fire platform as well. And so follow Diamond K Morning Show and Radio on Fire TV. And also to In the Nick of Time Media, make sure you follow them. When pre-COVID, we were in the studio at Nick of Time Studio. And so now, we like this virtual thing. It's working for us, but we still partner with the studio and, Big Meech, that's our girl. So shout out to Nick of Time Media and In the Nick of Time Media. Make sure you follow them and keep up with all the things that they have going on in the community and events coming up. Yeah.
Yes. And if they want to support TCC, can you drop that cash app, honey? Ching.
Yes. So we have it scrolling in case you miss it. But if you want to support TCC, you can cash app us at BCG Manage. So the little dollar sign symbol BCG Manage. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, make sure you email us at bcg.manage@gmail.com. That's bcg.manage@gmail.com because we got a new season coming up. So this is the time. Reach out to us. Let us know any topics. If you want to be a guest, reach out to us and email us and let us know.
I'm excited. I just been dancing the whole show. Like I got all
Right,
this
I'm
music.
always there.
I know you're always dancing, but I am so excited. So, guys, without further ado, tonight's guest is the amazing Dr. Tiffany Butler. She is a chiropractor, an author, an educator, and a business owner. Her mission is to help people to feel better, move better, and live better by providing healthcare services and products. Her practice, Harmonious Living Chiropractic Fitness and Wellness Center, is located in Prince George's, Maryland. By the way, that's where the wealthy Black folks are. Anywho, with the desire to bring chiropractic care to those in need, she founded Butler's Mobile Chiropractic. And this is a hard word for me to say, so I can't believe I decided to read her bio. But I know her services work because I have been one of her mobile clients, and she pulls up and gets your crack together. And so she provides affordable and accessible care for people in their homes, offices, and their places of leisure. She is an author of the book Say Goodbye to Back Pain, Exercise, Nutrition, and More, and the children's book, The Adventures of Joshua. Her son's Joshua, like mine. Spencer Spine and the Back Attack is the whole name of the book. Let's put your virtual hands together, guys, and bring the amazing Dr. Tiffany Butler to the stage. Virtual hands, break your back, break your back, virtual hands and break your back. Hey, Dr. Butler, how are
Greetings.
you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. It's good to see you.
I know. I haven't seen you all in a very, very long time.
We just want to take a moment and just savor. We haven't seen you since before COVID.
I
Thank God
know.
you're still here with us in the land of the living. How's
Yes,
everything
yes, ma'am.
going?
All is well. I can't, can't complain. Even if I wanted to, no one would listen, right? So it's one of those things.
Well, we gave you 30 seconds. We would have listened. We would have
You would
given you
listen? Okay. But
30
I'm
seconds.
good. All is well. I'm alive, like you said, alive and well. Get opportunity to do it all over again.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. God knows. It's so interesting because COVID has changed things, obviously, but
hmm
Facebook sometimes media makes you feel like you see the people. And so sometimes in these moments, I'm reminded, like, wow, I really have not been in the same, like, personal space with this person, right? So I think every
Right.
now and then I would just kind of check and make sure you were okay. And if you posted on social media, but then you're out here busy and booked. You ain't always posted on social media. So again, thank you so much for being here with us. And so I know I've said some things, and Kiana will jump in about the services you provided for me. It's this show gives me an opportunity to be transparent sometimes too, because I like to believe I'm perfect. But I think it was you that actually diagnosed my spine condition. Do you remember that?
I do recall. Yes.
So I had, what is it called? Scoliosis. I was going to say spina bifida because I always jokingly call it that. I don't have spina bifida. I'd be like, girl, my spina bifida is an.
Well, that's a different experience right there if you have spina
I
bifida.
don't claim that for myself. So I
Right.
do have acute scoliosis, and you actually identified that for me and helped me with that. And you've also been my chiropractor, and you've been the mobile things and the in the office things, and you've always been amazing. But for anyone who's tuning in, help us understand what is the difference between a chiropractor, a physical therapist, and a massage therapist, if there's any difference.
Okay, so chiropractors, we primarily deal with the spine. So the intent or goal behind the chiropractic is to perform realignments or place the body in the best position so that it can heal naturally. So we say when we have trauma, whether it's micro trauma or macro trauma, the body gets sort of out of whack. And the idea is to place it in that position, the best position, so that it can heal by breaking up scar tissue, mobilizing the joints. And as you move better, you tend to feel better. You naturally pump inflammation out of the area. And that's done with the spinal adjustments. The physical therapist, chiropractors could do rehabilitation too, but the physical therapists always tell people, if I'm not going to spend 30 minutes with you, but the physical therapist will, so if a person had surgery, something like that, they need more hands-on, then physical therapy can do that. They are now doctors as well. As before they weren't doctors, but now physical therapists can become a doctor. Doctors diagnose and treat human conditions, which means a massage therapist cannot diagnose or treat human conditions because they're not a doctor. So they will do maybe, I think it's 1 or 2 years worth of training. So they primarily deal with soft tissue manipulation, or you can call it massage. So that's the difference. A doctor will diagnose and treat human conditions. Again, a chiropractor or a physical therapist do that, but the massage therapist is not.
That's awesome. I always wondered that, because people use sometimes they'll use like therapists, physical therapists, and massage interchangeably, right? I think
Mhm,
most people just felt like chiropractor was the doctor of them,
mhm.
but we know now people can even get like their PhD and stuff like that in physical therapy. So, it kind of changed. But thank you for that. Y'all didn't
You're
know that.
welcome.
See, you was confused.
But a lot of people still think because chiropractors, we treat people who've been in car accidents. So in the beginning, we may do a lot of things that's very similar to physical therapy. And I can see how people can see that we're different, but I always tell people the adjustment is what the chiropractor does. So if you're not getting adjusted, then it's not really a chiropractic experience.
Yeah, they're the ones that crack your back. Which I can't do myself. But speaking of that, if backs, we know they are important. We kind of talked about it
Mhm.
jokingly in the beginning, but they really are, right? Like you're talking about your spine, your alignment. We know that people can be paralyzed. I mean, all of that. So many things that can happen. But if it's so important, why don't we learn better back care? Like people don't, go, they take care of so many other things, but why don't we learn better back care?
That's a great question. I like that question because it's one of those things that I asked too, right? Going to chiropractic school, it's like, why don't people know about chiropractic? Like, it's the best thing since sliced bread, but it's really education, the awareness of it. If people look at, a lot of times people have built up a tolerance for pain and it becomes normal to them. So they deal with it. And until it really causes them true negative impact on their life, then they will seek help. So the dentists have done a great job teaching people, hey, brush your teeth at least twice a day. Come see me twice a year. Most people do it. I would say that. But in terms of spinal care hygiene, I think it's learning when they're younger, going into the schools and talking to children about it. Like I don't think they even do like the scoliosis screening like they used to. Have you bent over and touch your toes in the school? And after a while, they stop checking, but the scoliosis can show up over time because the children's spine is still developing. So I think it's really an educational and awareness type of thing.
That makes sense. Joshua, my Joshua, and sending blessings to your Joshua. My Joshua is going into the eighth grade.
Wow.
At the end of this school year, maybe like April, they actually did a scoliosis check at
Mm,
school. And I was like, wow, because, I've raised or co raised other children. And I'm like, when did this? And I know for a fact that 21-year-old, not the boy, because our boy, he was in track and all of that, but the 21-year-old girl didn't
mhm,
have one because I can very clearly remember scheduling for her physical and saying she needs her back checked because that's something
mhm.
that runs in our family, right? And so I just think it's interesting. I guess maybe it's back on the radar. COVID made people think about lungs make people think about backs. I don't know. But nonetheless, it is important. So anyone who's watching, if you've had back pain or if it runs in your family, any kind of scoliosis or uh, crooked spines and you have small children, if they are not checking, if your pediatrician is not checking,
Mhm.
ask. Like it's important to know. I actually and Dr. Butler, you will be proud of me. I have this little brace and I think I'm gonna show it in a couple of minutes, maybe if I feel like being that transparent. But I wear it for 30 minutes a day. And it
Mhm.
almost goes on like a backpack. You put your arms in like this and you put the
Mhm.
straps in literally just 30 minutes a day. And I find that it is giving me some comfort. And so I don't know if I've done things to throw myself out of alignment. Do you think it's easy for people to throw themselves out of alignment, or are we just kind of like born this way, like out of alignment?
So in chiropractic, we learn in school is three T's. We're going the cause. We're gonna say dysfunction, and it shows up different ways. So toxins, thoughts, and trauma. So toxins, things that we eat, toxic environment, um, the foods, the foods, the water, drinking alcohol, all those things will show up differently in the body. Then we talk about the thoughts, just being stressed, thinking negative, even thinking about a back pain or your back hurting. It may make you have back pain and you're not even thinking about it. So thoughts, I always say mind your thoughts. And then the trauma. So the trauma is the micro trauma, things that you do on a regular basis. So if a person is a mechanic, if they're standing on their feet, even a chiropractor, right? Because we're working on patients, we're bent over, dentists, so that's micro trauma, whereas the macro trauma is like a car accident, fall, sports. So it could be a combination of the things that can contribute to a person being out of alignment.
Well, that explains why I need to be aligned like every 2 weeks. Like, I mean, because when so wow, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here. So I wrote it down because
Mhm,
toxin thoughts and trauma. So we've been on this, of course, we're talking self-care. So toxicity and
right.
toxic relationships and all of those things have come up. And so for now, it to come up here, and by the way, on our season finale for the series, it's full circle of when we're talking about caring for ourselves, right? Because
Right.
the toxicity and relationships, the toxicity in your mind, which you're thinking about, literally can affect the way you look, your hair falling out. And now just thinking about and having toxicity affects your back. Like it can have. So I know for me, and I said that all the time, I carry stress and stuff. So even if I'm fine and I'm happy or whatever the case may be, but those thoughts, like everything sticks, like it stays. Like I keep tension here, right? And then that middle lower
Mhm,
back. So that makes so much sense. And it's been recommended mainly in the beginning just because of my profession that I see a chiropractor and a massage
mhm.
that like monthly. Just because like we're not gonna add the kids and when I had to be a soccer dance and drama, like just what I did for my job
Right,
required me to do it.
right.
And so it's taken me 20 plus years in this career, more, almost 30. Ooh, yeah, wow. I don't believe I'm that old. But yeah, that long. And now I'm, finally getting there after 4 car accidents. All right. I literally like
Mhm.
Tori, much like I've been hitting my back, I think 3 times. Yeah, three
Wow.
times. So most
Wow.
recently in January. And so now for me, after this last one being closer to 50 than I am to 40, I'm like, it's time to do this little monthly. Can I
Mhm.
come every 2 weeks? Like, we're gonna keep this going because I'm realizing how how important it is, right? And I want to be able to move and I plan on being so
Right.
fabulous in three
Yeah,
more years. So we're gonna keep this going. And now I'm
yeah,
gonna listen and I'm definitely so we'll be, you'll be hearing from me too, because I'm just trying to like, can I get a massage, the physical therapist, and the chiropractor? Like, can I just eat one a week? Because
yeah.
this is crazy. But that's important. So, guys, again, like toxins, thoughts, and trauma, like people don't even think how much that affects their back. So
Yeah.
when you're feeling that little pain and jerk, that's what it is. So we're talking about you visit people at home, we're talking about the toxin and trauma. Are there at home alignment or chiropractic exercises that we can do, daily? I know the recent, what I was going through with the XNA was saying a lot of people will crack their back and can do that, but you could sometimes do that too much. And somebody like myself, I can't do it at all, which is probably why I gotta see somebody all the time because I don't know how to do it. But is there other things that we can do, not too much, that can help us daily exercises or things like that to align ourselves?
Yeah, so it's about well, I tell people once you get out of the palliative phase of care, so there's 3 phases of chiropractic care: pain relief, and then corrective or strength care, and then maintenance. So maintenance is what you're talking about. Hey, I need to come in regularly to maintain and where I am, so I won't go back to the beginning. Stretching like every day, nothing intense. It doesn't have to be yoga or Pilates, anything like that, but just stretching, moving your body helps. Exercising, it does, again, doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just moving your body. It could be body weight exercises, squats, it could be lunges, it could be push-ups, pull-ups, because if the muscles are tight, it's going to pull. So I always tell people that muscles, they create energy, but they also pull. So when muscle is tight, it's going to prevent you from moving. And if you have decrease in motion, that's when inflammation starts to accumulate. So over
Mhm.
time, the person starts to experience pain or discomfort. I'm going to plug this real quick. The book that you talk about, Say Goodbye to Back Pain, Exercise, Nutrition, and More, was really, I was inspired to write it from patients. Patient asking me what you just asked me. What can I do at home to manage it? I was like, okay. A lot of people are asking me, let me just put it in a book. So very simple exercise in there, just telling you what to do when you do experience back pain. I always tell people if it doesn't get better after 5 days and whether you're taking over the counter medicine, using ice hot, whatever, go see somebody, preferably a chiropractor, because this is what we do all day, every day.
I love that. I love that. And where do we find the book? I know we're going to get more into the book, but where do we
Right.
find the book?
It's available on Amazon. Yep.
Can we get a signed copy while you're
I
doing
got
your
you. I got you. I got you.
look, while you're doing your well, no, and I meant like y'all need to book an appointment with Doc. She'll come and bring a copy of the book while she's doing your at home realignment. But anyway, so
I have a van.
I used to be
You said
afraid.
you
I
have a
don't know if you
vein.
remember.
Hmm.
What'd you say?
I have the mobile van. I haven't. I have to show it to you. The
Oh,
mobile
okay.
van.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. So we got to see it so I can do a hey y'all, it's Story Rose Connector. Oh, it's a mobile van. I get excited.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if you remember the first time you tried to adjust me. Like I was really afraid, and I guess maybe
Hmm.
most people are. It
This is
just
true.
sounds kind of weird to know that someone's about to say, "Hey, take a deep breath. You're gonna hear this cracking," you know. Um, and then every time you adjust me, I'm like traumatized because I was abused as a child. I'm like, "Oh, wait, I'm not ready. I'm kind of ready, but not ready." Triggered.
Yeah.
Trigger alert, right? So, because it is a rewarding experience, we know that
Hmm.
it's necessary, but it can also be scary. Are there
Correct.
like malpractice issues or do people get hurt in that adjustment? Can you talk a little bit about that? And if there are malpractice issues, what are the most common back malpractices, right? So that's kind of two things malpractice on the provider and then like
Hmm.
bad practices, malpractice from our perspective, like
From your
that we do wrong.
Okay, got you. So the most common complaint that would people will experience is a little soreness. And I always say because your body is stuck in the position and we're trying to get it out of that abnormal position. So when you break up scar tissue, it was never fun. So person may experience some soreness with that. And also if they have inflammation in the area, it's going to be uncomfortable. Um, what was the other question? The two part of it?
The second part of it was malpractice on our end, like things that we do that like is wrong for our back. Like I like
Oh.
to crack my back, but is that wrong to
Yes,
do?
yeah. I would say what I mean when you say crack your back, you mean twist until you hear something type of thing,
Until I
or
hit pop.
do you?
And I also stand in the doorway, right? And I have this really interesting way of doing it that I can reach across my body and I can crack my back in several
Mhm,
places. So that's why Kiana thinks like, I can't crack my back. You always hear her say
mhm.
that, but girl, I may be handicapping myself. You may not want to
This
do.
is true. So I would say the
This is
adjustment.
true.
So well this the adjustment, right, is it's a control control force applied to the spine, right? It's specific. If you're just moving, I mean, you're going to have some clicks and pops because of the joint capsules and gas releasing from it, but it's very different from the adjustment. I always tell people you just have to experience the adjustment to know the difference. But there are people who do it. I had a coach in high school. He would take his head and he would whip it. I have a lot of patients who do that. And I was like, you don't know how delicate your spine is. Like you said, you're dealing with the spinal cord, you're dealing with all these blood vessels, especially up in the neck area, and you may really hurt yourself. I had a patient who used to bend over a chair, and she said she would do it. I was like, why would you do? Why would you do that? But she didn't know any better because she saw other people doing it. But it's not safe. If you feel the need to crack your back, I would say go get an adjustment, or maybe you need to do more strengthening exercises to help stabilize the area so you have less the need of doing it and stretching.
That's a
So
good
basically, it's a good
point.
thing that I haven't been able to crack my back.
Yeah, it's
Right.
good.
Because you may
Now,
have cracked it in two.
what about cracking your knuckles? Because my grandmother used to tell. Now I do that, and I
Hmm.
crack my that's a little person, my toe knuckles. But anyway, I have a toe thing. So and she used to say all the time, your knuckles gonna be big. You're gonna get big knuckles if you
Oh,
keep
like it's gonna
cracking.
cause arthritis. No, that's not what causes
Okay.
arthritis. Yeah, there's different forms of arthritis, so that's not what causes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm still cracking them to this day. Like I
Yeah, I
said.
mean it's a like you go anytime. I'm not gonna say because it's age. It could be any age. If you stand up, you sit, you hear your knees, you hear your shoulders. I always say as long as there's no pain associated with it, it's normal. It's normal.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
good because you hear some people, you go crazy. Somebody say, "That's just my knees." I'm like, "Oh, girl, I think that was Rice Krispies." Like, what is happening? I ain't all the way there yet. I'm just glad it's not. So as long as I don't feel pain, it's a good thing for us to
Look,
snap,
you see my
crackle, and
face.
pop.
I feel targeted. Being the chick who look, I've torn my ACL on one knee, my MCL on the other. So I'm like, wait a
Mm.
minute, I sound like Rice Krispies. I have arthritis in my hip. Sorry.
Right. And so that is crazy. So, and look, this is a topic. I know, well, I mean, if people don't know that, I know I'm silly. This is serious business. This
Yeah,
is serious back business. But, again, this is about self-care, right? So
right.
we want to get the information, we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. But with the two of us, it's a joke bound to come some kind of way. But if you are just tuning in, before we go move on with our next question for Dr. Butler, make sure you tell us where you are watching us from. And if you haven't done so, go and subscribe to the Connected Corner YouTube. And what we're saying today is way back. So if you are somebody experiencing back pain, dealing with it, and we just gonna say type in there way back. And also, if you're enjoying the knowledge and information that you're getting from Dr. Butler, go ahead and type way back in the comments. Okay. So we've talked about the malpractice and all these things. Like, I'm learning new stuff. I'm feeling like actually a little better. I don't feel like as old, because people say, oh, I'm 40, this is 40. And like, what does that feel like? Everybody always attributing to, like you said, it don't matter how old you are, you can still snap, crackle, and pop. It don't have nothing to do with your age. Like, I don't know how 40 feel. I'm going to be 47. I don't, what does that mean? What does that feel like? So it has nothing to do with age. You need to stretch and take care of yourself. So I've
Absolutely.
started my stretching. One of my friends' mom told her that. She's in her 60s. She said she wished someone had told her in her mid 30s, before the
Mhm.
40 mark, to stretch every day. And just doing that will help you. So you don't have to go through that. I'm feeling 40. It's not a feeling. It's a number. Okay. So when we talk about, like, doing alignment, we know that, like, the toxins, the thoughts, and the trauma, because I love, like, the T's, right? So we know that stuff affects. Does having good alignment impact your sleep and, like, your gut? Well, we know being in pain can affect your attitude, of course. But
Mhm.
with that, we know, like what you said earlier, the toxin, the thoughts, and trauma can cause the back pain. But then with that, what other things does it affect? Your gut, your sleep, your attitude, your disposition, those things.
Oh, definitely. I always say people in pain are not always pleasant to be around because they're in pain. You know, the sleeping. I tell people, if you had a bed over it's 10 years, over 10 year 10 excuse me 7 years, then you need to get a new one, because a lot of it can be because of your bed. If you're waking up with pain, some stiffness, and some soreness, is either your pillow or your bed. So it can contribute to that. I want to say back pain is really just symptoms as a result of whatever's going on. So process of elimination, a lot of times just asking certain questions and getting information from a patient, we can usually tell what's causing their back pain. And it can essentially be fixed by making some adjustments, some changes at home and at work.
I love
Mhm.
that. And I can't stand, I've been single. I've gone from being extremely committed, near marriage, to running out in my traditional Julia Roberts way. I'm an Aquarius, right? I always keep me a horse and carriage somewhere close so I can escape. But anyway,
Funny.
in my dating, I would ask a guy, like, what kind of bed do you have? How do you sleep? And so I dated this guy not too long ago, and he's probably going to watch the show and call me later. And his bed is marshmallow soft. It's too soft. Like, he
Mm,
knows it's too soft. And so he invited me over. And I went my virtual self. I didn't go in person because people are like, ain't it COVID? Mind your business. I'm single. And so I went over, and the first thing he said was, I really would like you to spend the night because we're going to pray all night. Okay, great. Holy art thou. And then we're going to be in the word so much that we're going to be tired. So we're going to go to sleep. He said, but the bed is going to be uncomfortable for you. When I tell you, it was the worst marshmallow bed I've ever slept on. So it made me think about, how
mhm.
unrealistically we all want to sleep on clouds. Have you ever had that? Or, kids think about, oh, clouds are so fluffy, they feel so good. It was horrible. It was horrible. And so I know that this is a little off script, but
Mhm.
you used to do some work with mattresses and things like that. Do you still have those partnerships, and do you still like push a certain mattress? If so, what mattress can I refer to the
Yeah,
marshmallow
I
man?
do. I'm a little biased. I have a sleep number, and I actually ask around my colleagues, and the reason is because of that. If you're sharing, I always tell people if you're sharing a bed with someone, their body and back is completely different from yours. So
Mhm.
having the ability to adjust will allow both of you get better sleep and have less pain throughout the night and discomfort. A lot of times, if we're tossing and turning again or waking up with the achy back, it's because of the bed. So I'm a big fan of sleep number.
Oh, I love it. And you want to know what I
Mhm.
did? I actually slept on him the whole night. And it's one of those things where I'm very weird, right? So if you know me to know me is to love me. I am the person after we pray, I like to go on my side of the closet and you go on your side, some space in between us because I'm not your wife. But in this instance, the word got real good. We saw the glory of God. And then I laid on him because the bed was so soft
I'm
and then it
sorry,
was
I'm
so
so
sweet.
slow. I just realized. I'm like, what is see what I'm saying, y'all? I don't see what I have to deal with. I'm like, what are we
What
oh
are
my
we
goodness.
talking?
Okay,
Did she
back
really
to
pray? Was it really prayer?
well
There
no,
was
I
prayer.
really
So
I didn't
can we move forward? It's so slow. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is the Connected. We are so excited that you are here with us. Join us next season. If you already stayed with us throughout the season, if you didn't catch this season, go back and watch the previous shows
Uh,
about self care. Make sure you check us out on YouTube at the Connected Corner and then go hit subscribe. Hit that bell, hit that button, and make sure you stay with us. This is news and resources and sometimes TMI that you can actually use. Hey, I'm a grown woman. I'm almost 40. I want a little prayer. Give me some prayer. And then it was too late to drive home because it was a far distance from where I live, or between my multiple residents. And yeah, but his body was able to firm the bed for me, so he firmed it. Now, with that, what does self care mean to you, Dr. Butler? And when did self care become a focus for you? So I know one thing I've always admired is your balance. Like you approach things very balanced. That has been my when I think of you, I think of balance. So what does self-care mean to you and when did it become a focus for you?
Self care means taking care of myself first. So even if that means getting up before everybody else, um, to do that, then I do it. There's no time like, oh, I need to spend an hour to do this. It's just a matter of just being in a moment and doing that for myself, gifting it to myself. I would say I got into self care probably, I want to say once I graduated from school, in terms of really focusing on it, creating the balance with it. But I've always been like physically active, playing sports and stuff like that, but not so much in terms of diving into like the spiritual part, like into like meditating and praying regularly. Didn't really do that, but now I do those things to help calm my mind, and so that I can make better decisions, more critical, and that align with my purpose, what it is I'm supposed to do.
I love that. Kiana, you meditate too, don't you?
yes. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yes. I, I was like,
It
That was what
helps.
she said. No,
Yeah,
not right
yes.
now, sweetheart.
I'm
Not
like,
on
I'm
the
about to go into it right now.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's funny because somebody called me Buddha earlier. They called me Buddha, and they were talking about Buddhism. And I said,
Mm.
first of all, don't make me nam yo horenge kyo all up over you, okay? Because I will. So I'm a reformed Buddhist. Most people, I guess, don't know, or they should know, but I was a Buddhist for a few years, and I found Jesus through my meditation. So I'm a disciple of Christ because I had a real experience, not because my mom and my grandmom and things like
Mm.
that believe in Christ. I believe in Christ because I was in a whole nother religion, calming myself, finding my peace and my center, and heard the Lord. I was like, Jesus, is that you? Say it again if it's you. And then I was like, oh, Lord, I got to go. All right, Buddha, it's been real. Tap you on your tummy. I see you soon. So, and this is just water. If anybody wants to know, it's just water. But anyway, it's just water. It's just water.
I don't
Now,
think they
tell us a little
believe
bit
that.
about your meditation.
Say again.
What she say, Smart? Tell us a little bit about your meditation, Kiana, and what self care means to you, Smart behind.
Um, no, I said they don't believe that's water. So for me, I don't know what it's been, maybe about a year or so. A little with the meditation. I started with, and we've talked about this somewhat as we've been talking about, self care and the self care journey. And I probably wouldn't have named it that back then, but 2015, 2016, I started on this positivity thing, realizing again, I'm just going back. If you see that toxin thoughts and trauma, I'll give you credit for it, but I feel like I need to put that on something. But you realize like things you're going through, going through trauma. I gone through the second divorce. It was just like all of these things, like what is going on in life? You start realizing like you need more positivity. Like I had a yearning, like I just want to be around more positive things. And then when you talk to your family and people more, you start realizing nobody speaks positively. It's like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
God is good. But, like all of that kind of stuff. It's like, I am so tired of this. Like I can't do this environment anymore. And so for
Mm-hmm.
me, I guess that really is when that mine started, back then, which it wasn't coined or, I didn't think or know that it was considered self-care. But so moving forward, learning how to meditate, it's taken me time. Because my mind goes all different ways. And so I knew it was important for me to learn how to do that from a medical perspective as well, because I'm one of those people like my mind, I'm up. Like it don't stop. It takes me forever to go to sleep. And so I had to learn how to meditate. And so when I started doing like listening to the positive like affirmation stuff on like YouTube, I started finding the other little I can never say the word, like what is it, binaural like beat things that help you kind of go to sleep and like
Mm-hmm.
soothe your mind. So it started with those. And then it went to, actually sitting and like zoning meditate. And I will say like last week, well, this last week, I did really good. Like I was able to do it without like any of the assistance, like plan
Mm,
anything, and
that's
literally
good.
the mindfulness. Like people say, I literally like because it was hard for me. Like I'm just getting to the point where I could just close my eyes and imagine the beach and like feel. So I've like gotten to that place, which I'm proud because it was a struggle for me at one point to do 5 minutes. And I'll be like, and I'm like, sorry, what am I supposed to do? My mind keeps going, going these places that you just bring it back. You just bring it back, right? I'm like, I'll be like, oh, okay. Like, like hold it, like that's
And then holding it, like, yo,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to say this.
right.
When you meditate.
I'm meditating, you know. So, but yeah, it takes practice, and I know, I recommend it. I talk to everybody about it. I know, some people like, oh, you just whatever this person, but it really is. It's good for your health,
Mhm.
Transparency, like we say, you can get news and resources, and sometimes TMI. But I've suffered with high blood pressure. I had a mild stroke right before I turned 40 at 39. So that was also the kick in the but to like, I need a lifestyle change. We sat down the kids and be like, look, I'm not your chauffeur. I'm not this. If I don't know by Sunday, like it changed
Mhm.
everything. And I know for some people, some friends like, I didn't know that. Yeah, I started changing my life, my style. I don't care. The answer's no. Go deal with it yourself. Like, I had to because, and I will say that for a lot of women who's trying to be super mom, super wife, and all of these other things,
Mhm.
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Part of why Tori and I did this season, we bring you the things that not only that we think people are needing, or not so much that it's fat what people talking about, but we listen. We listen to what people say to us. We're listening to what even some of our friends and family and sometimes ourselves we're going through, and coming out of COVID and just hearing how many people now, we did a lot on mental illness even before COVID, and so we was like, what else can we do,
Mhm.
besides just talking about the mental illness? Well, you can help even in that by taking care of yourself, getting the massage, going to the beach, sitting by, water, just doing something that makes you happy, getting out the house. With so many people doing at home, working from home. Now I'm working from home. It's like, oh, it's been 2 days. I ain't been out the door. Let me go stand outside. Let me go sit on the porch. Let me get out and get fresh air. And so all of that, is self-care and meditating outside. Like, go meditate at the beach.
Yeah.
Just sit on your porch, meditate. If you don't have noisy neighbors and a lot of dogs, but barking, but that can help
I
you.
want to, and that's a good topic. So I want to ask Dr. Butler, with all of the at home work and people been home for 2 years and probably not investing in the right office equipment and things like that, what kind of chair should we be sitting in at home? If we're working from home, we're going to school from home,
Mhm.
what kind of chair, what kind of maybe standing pads, any advice for those people who are working from home? What kind of equipment should they have to make sure they're not damaging their backs?
So a combination, whatever chair is most comfortable for you. Again, everybody's body is different. I like the sit to stand option for the desk. I tell people if you're still working at the dining room table and it's year two, like you're not you're not helping yourself. So you got to create the space using a desktop computer versus a laptop. Just hook it up so you can keep your eyes at eye level, the computer monitor, excuse me, at eye level, so your head won't go down. Because in the beginning of COVID, that's what I got. I had a lot of patients coming in because they all had, it was weird. It's like all they had the same thing: neck pain, upper back pain, and headaches, just from the strain being in the bed trying to work on the laptop and awkward spaces. Um, Taking breaks. A lot of people, if you're working on something, if you do a lot of admin work, and once you get into it, a lot of people don't get up until they start to feel pain. So I would say set a reminder, put a sticky on your computer monitor to say, hey, get up, or wear a watch or something that will tell you to get up and move. And like you said, the idea is going outside, getting some vitamin D, taking a break, walk outside, do something different than being inside all day.
Awesome. Thank you, Carly. Carly, we've missed you. Carly said, I was just saying that I need real office space. And now she knows that that is important. Thank you, Carly, for being here with us tonight. It's so great to have you here. We always love when Carly stops by. And so Kiana and I come from a family of drink the ginger ale and go lay it down. That kind of old school family where it's like, girl, oh, your back hurt? Did you poop today? Like, Mama, everything ain't got to do with pooping. Like everything, my back hurts. Like I'm all pooped out, but my back is hurting. And so, help us identify a little bit what is appropriate. Is it ice? Is it heat? Is it ice and heat? Is it Motrin or acetaminophen or both? Like if I'm having lower back pain, it just started. I think earlier you said if it prolongs for more than 5 days, see a professional. That's
Mhm.
great. But in the interim, is it heat? Is it ice? Which direction should we go in?
Depends on the phase of healing. So soft tissue, it can take up to a year for it to heal. So it depends. So Kiana said she was in if you're in 3 car accidents. So I've seen patients who've been in a car accident and then like 6 months later get hit again. So their body has not healed completely from the first injury. So it all depends what phase. If it's initial injury, brand new, I would say the first 3 days, ice, rest, compress, wear a brace or something like that. After that, you can do both ice and then heat. Always end with heat. 15 minutes ice, 15 minutes heat. And then you do want to do some type of movement. A lot of people, when they're in pain, they don't want to move because it hurts. But your body starts to lay down scar tissue immediately. And how it lays it down, organizes it is not a good fashion. So you have to make sure you stressing those tissues along the normal stress lines to make it stronger to reduce your chances of injury. So it all depends on which phase of healing the person is in. Then I would say, okay, use ice or use heat. But if it just happened, first 3 days, ice, rest, compress. After that, ice and or heat. And you want to do some type of light stretching if you can tolerate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, take a hot bath. It heals everything. But Carly, again, a little TMI from our family. We had to take a shower after we took a bath. So I don't know because you took the bath, but you sat in your dirt. So then when you had to stand up and take a shower, so it almost like altered. Am I lying, Key? I'm not lying, right?
And I told
So
my kids the same thing. Like, if you take a bath, you gotta let the water out. That was soaking, but damn, you gotta now you gotta take a shower too because you gotta the dirt off.
I tell people all the time, you gotta know what
That's
family
interesting.
you getting in because they.
But I
Oh
did
my
that
God.
once. It was the TMI. I did that one time at a friend's, and literally, and we came from a good family. Thank goodness we was raised by women. I don't know, but some of the things we do practices is unusual to people we're dating or whatever, and they were like, "Who taught you how to take a bath?" And I was like, my daddy. I mean, somebody like, but had never been with a woman who did that, and was
Mm.
saying that that a lot of men say they had to teach the woman that they were with how to take a bath.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess it's just how they was raised. I don't know,
Gee
but thank you,
whiz.
the Jones, Martins, Kennedy family, Rice, Jones, everybody. Thank you from the family tree. 'Cause
Wow.
I was raised right, I guess. But anyway, yeah, that is, unusual. So some of these things that even now, this is why we bring you the Connected Corner, news and resources you can use, because people assume people know stuff and they don't,
Mm.
And so,
Wow.
yeah, I,
That's interesting.
I won't talk about the other things, but yeah, it's rough out here.
Right.
Yeah.
Join next season when Kiana and I tell you how many people said you so soft. It's like what? y'all went in stone lotion. Anyway, that's next season. Join us for that. Listen, Dr. Butler, we're about to go into one of our most favorite segments of the show. Are you ready? Is
Yes,
your back
ma'am.
sitting up straight?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I'm
because
good.
I'm gonna let her cue up. This is her most favorite segment of the show.
She said your back sitting up straight. Look, I keep moving mine, but I have I took the pillow that you told Tori to get the time now. Well, I didn't take it. I asked her could I have it, and she gave it to me, and then she tried to take it back. But now I need it. But so it is time for key questions. Yay. So I don't know. We didn't have this the last
I'm,
time.
I'm sorry. Carly said women not bathing properly could be a show all by itself. We
It's
might have to
hilarious.
do a hygiene series.
You'll be
Carly.
surprised. You'll be surprised. But everybody's raised differently. You'll be surprised.
Everybody is raised differently. I
Yeah.
also, and listen, guys, this is
Mhm.
not at all because I can hear somebody not voting for me in the next election if I decide to run. We are not talking about people who are in poor, impoverished
Right.
situations who can't bake. We ain't talking about that. We talking about you've been laying around all day yesterday, the day before,
Mm.
you in your bed with your outside clothes on. We talking about that. And there's a trend. So, Carly, we might dig into this because I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm so sorry for key question. I'm in her segment, and she only has given me 10 more seconds. She's counting down, tapping her foot. There's a trend going on right now on Instagram and some of these other social media things where young women are talking about how nasty it is to go in the bathroom behind an older woman. And when they say older, they mean 40. And so there is some hygiene conversation currently happening in the global
Mm.
interwebs. And we may talk about that pH balances and some different things. Because in my opinion, we are actually the cleaner generation. It's the younger ones that eating all the gummy bears anyway, I digress. Kiana, key questions. We just gonna write the topic down. Drop your topics below.
Okay. All right. So 2 seconds. I said, oh, gummy bears. I'm sorry. Um, See, I thought gummy bears. I want gummy bears. All right. The key questions, y'all. This is a finale. I don't know what's going on, and I haven't had nothing to drink. I don't even have a water bottle. I think we're just excited, right? Today,
Wait. She said that like I am drinking. This is water. I couldn't get the top off the 1800. Let me let y'all know. I slid it over and I can't get the top off. Look.
Oh, they are hard. They are so hard to get off. Oh my goodness.
So this is water. Anywho, I digress. Go ahead.
They are hard to get off. I believe that part. That's right, Carla. We are high off of life and 3 years of the Connected Corner today. So,
Awesome.
2 minutes. You have 3 questions to answer. They're short. They're fun. You're going to get it. So I'm going to read the first question. And then after I read the first question, I'll turn the timer over. That's my handy dandy timers. 2 minutes on there. Y'all can see. Okay. And audience, we want to hear from you. So whether you're watching now live or you're watching on the replay, we want to hear your answers. You can answer along with Dr. Butler, our keys questions of the day. All right. So first question. What values do you align with? Which kind of go off of what we were just saying. But what values do you align with?
Integrity, relationships, communication, loyalty,
I like that.
and community.
Awesome. Yes. Y'all got that align. Ha ha. Align. Ha, ha. All right. 2. What are you thankful for?
Life.
That's what Carly said. We
That's
have
it.
life.
Life.
All right. And number 3, When do you feel your best?
Oh, when I feel my best, uh, when I got a haircut, fresh haircut.
I know that's right. Dr. Butler did that. She took 20 seconds and I ad-libbed. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's how
I
you end
love
a
it.
season. Yay, 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 yay,
Yeah.
yay. All
So tell
right.
us, how can we support you? Tell us again names of the books, where we can
Okay.
find the books, how we can support. I need a sleep number, but tell us all
Me
that good stuff.
too.
I know this.
Mhm.
I can help you with the sleep number. But my books, you can find them on Amazon. Say Goodbye to Back Pain, Exercise, Nutrition, and More. It's like a self-help guide for anybody who experienced back pain, whether it's acute, meaning it just happened, or chronic, and it's sort of like on and off. The Adventures of Joshua, Spencer Spine, and the Back Attack is also on Amazon, and that's for children. It's really inspired. I'm always inspired to do stuff by other people. Going to my son's school, teaching the children about chiropractic care, and wanted to give something to them. So you could find that book as well. The other question was, where can they find me online?
They can find you.
Okay.
Yep.
My website is my name, drtiffanybutler.com. Has all the information about my practice, practice hours, and things like that, as well as the different businesses. And then on social media, same thing, Dr. Tiffany Butler, on all
We
social
love
media
it.
channels.
Let me tell you, first of all, you're just always so amazing. I wish you could come out this weekend. Matter of fact, are you busy this weekend? I guess that's a conversation we can have. I'm
I
having a
am.
resource.
No, but
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
a
time?
holiday weekend.
What's the time?
2
You gotta
p.m. to
keep me
6
posted.
p.m.
I like I like being in a community
I'm
and
gonna send it to
connecting
your
with people.
phone right now.
Okay.
It's a resource event.
Okay.
We're bringing resources, fun, music, all of that. How we do now. This is the thing. You guys know if this was a BCG or Theo only event, it would not be on holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend. It's Safe Streets. Baltimore is we're coming in collaboration with them to bring Safe Summer Saturday. And I look frozen, but I'm not. And then it may rain. So we're trying
Mm,
to see
yeah.
if we have a plan, but I am sending it to your phone right now. It is 2
Okay.
p.m. 6 p.m. If you could come, even if you bring the books, you bring your table, I don't know, whatever, I'll let you freestyle at this point. It's 3 days for the
Okay.
event. You can do it your way like it's Burger King. And the reason I say this is because when we talk about disparities in our community, back hair is not something that Black people talk about, right? We're not getting that education. We oftentimes are not getting the resources and support that we need. So, of course, if any way I can get you before people so that people can hear about you, what you do, they can support you, and they can also go way back and their back hair, we want to do that. So, um, since you are a chiropractor, do they offer your clients a discount for the sleep number bed? It's a question. Thank
Um,
you for that.
yeah, so if you just let me know where you want to go. So I know there's what three in Maryland, like Annapolis, Bowie, and Columbia. So just let me know, and if you give them a name, say, "Oh, Dr. Butler recommended," they'll give you like some type of discount.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You hear that? Nunu
Yeah.
locks it down. That was the answer. So thank you for that. Our YouTube question that came down from Nunu locks it down. Yes. So let them know that Dr. Butler um, sent you. Also send a message to Dr. Butler so she can also hold them,
Yeah.
accountable for that discount. Let her know which
Absolutely.
location you want to go to. We appreciate you guys. Listen, this has been an amazing season on the Connected Corner. We hope that you laughed a little with us. We hope that you grew a little with us. My name is Tori Rose. If you guys want to get connected to me, find me on social media at Tori Rose or Tori Rose the Connector. You can also email me at connect, the number 2, Tori@gmail.com. And Kiana, where can we find you?
You can find me. I'm just over here dancing. You can find me on all social media at Kiana B. Jones. And follow us on the Connected Corner. It's at the Connected Corner, phonetically spelled, on Facebook and Instagram. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go over to Connect Corner, go over to YouTube and type in the Connected Corner. And hey, follow us, shout us out, tell us happy birthday on the Connected Corner. Put us in the story, share with your friends, family, and everyone. Today makes 3 years. This episode, the finale, look at that. This is the net finale for our self care series. And it marks 3 years for the Connected Corner.
I'm
So
so excited.
I
God has been so
know.
good to us. So, to Sky Daddy, we love you. We honor you. We thank you, Jesus, for your grace and your mercy and for keeping us. For everyone who's tuned in, we are just so grateful for you all. If you so happen to be in the Clifton Park area this Saturday, July 2nd, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., join us for a safe summer Saturday. We're going to have a food truck. A young lady is coming. She brings some bomb, amazing food. Last time at the last event, she had lamb chops. I'm like, yes, bring
Mm.
it to us in the community because we like to eat. We deserve good food options. We're going to have tons of different resource providers. Dr. Butler may come out. And guys, listen, if you are a resource provider and you're like, Tori, I want to get connected real quick, or you're a vendor, you sell things and you're like, I want to get connected, we do still have space for two more resource providers and or vendors. Send me an email at connect2tori@gmail.com. So thank you guys. It's been an amazing show. Email us. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Email us at bcg.manage@gmail.com. I'm going to say it again, bcg.manage@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to see us talk about in the upcoming season. So the next season doesn't start till August. We want to hear from you. It's only news and resources you can use if you're interested in using them. And so if it's something that you want us to talk about, you want us to go more into finances, you want us to talk about health, hygiene, somebody we just talked about pH levels, whatever it is, we'll entertain it if it makes sense. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So guys, this has been Real. It's the Connected Corner. We love you guys. Have an amazing night. Peace.
Yeah. Good night.
Right.
God bless. And before I go, I want to say a happy heavenly birthday to my mom, who would have been 65 years old today. So thank you guys for joining us. What a great day celebrating life, celebrating the Connected Corner. And hey, you can still watch us on the replay. Okay. This is the end of the season series, but go back and watch us on the replay. Thank you. God bless. And good night.
Good night. We love you, Mimi. Dear Mimi.